till I'm in the grave. Yo, yo, yo. Oh, the lights is lighting today. Boy, oh boy, what's going on? Mm, 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 mm. Oh, why do... Hey, what's going on? Hmm. Hey, what's happening? And just trying to get my situation situated. Oh my God, here we go. With this crap. $108988. Yo, what's good? This is really annoying me. All I want to do is go to my photos. That's it. Anyways, what's happening, y'all? It's making me sign in again. Interesting. Whatever. Another day, another time. What up? What up? Oh, I'm gonna restart the live. This is weird. Let's restart the live. I don't know what's going on over there. Happy Sunday, y'all. Happy Sunday. We in this thing. What up, Naya? What y'all got going on? Yeah, TikTok. TikTok be TikToking. You already know. What up, Black Kitty? Thanks for sharing. Thanks for reposting everything on Facebook. I appreciate that, Black Kitty. Mm-hmm. We in this thing now. Shout out to the subs, man. That's what's up. I can't wait. I can't wait to have a conversation. What up, villain? How y'all doing? Early in the morning. Love y'all, man. Happy Sunday, man. Happy Sunday. Vandy beat Bama. I saw that. That was crazy. Hey, them people was parading around the goddamn goalpost through the city. Like it was Mussolini or something. Like Mussolini dead body. I was like, goodness gracious, not the goalpost. What the goalpost do? Goalpost is heavy as shit too. They was moving that thing around the city. Hundreds of people. Drunk as a skunk. Mm-hmm. Man got a YTGD and talking about black love. What is a GD? They threw it in the river, yeah. let's ask Walter what he's talking about. I don't know who this Walter character is. What up, Walter? Oh, they always go out. So odd. What we got going on? Oh man. Oh my back. Oh shit. We'll wait for Sir Walter to come back. I don't even know what he said. I just saw, he ran. He ran. Come back, Walter. Hold on, we'll invite him back. Girlfriend. Why would you drop, Walter? Right, honey. I wanted to know. I wanted to know what you were talking about. What up, Logic? Hey, man. Come on, Walter. Where you at, brother? Why y'all be so scary? Why y'all be so afraid? just curious. I'm just very curious. Why y'all be so afraid? What be going on with y'all? JP, don't start. So can anybody tell me why men need to be needed? Or can a man actually? I'm looking for a man to tell me why men need to be needed. I personally have never felt that need, or that desire, but I'm curious to know, why do men need to be needed? I'm telling y'all on some real for real shit. I'm starting to think that I have lived the most privileged life as a man at this point. The way men be crashing out and the things that men be saying, maybe we just had different, you know what I mean? Like I just had different experiences with women. Like I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. But I have never felt the desire to be needed. Ever. Maybe because I've always known what it meant to be needed. Even if I wasn't needed, I've always just known what it looked like. So maybe I don't know. And I know the meaning of what I don't know. I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know why, but I'm curious to know why so many men feel like they need to be needed. Teresa, I appreciate you. Uh-huh. They need that black peen, huh? I feel y'all. I feels you. I feels you. I mean, that's essentially that's this prompt, Ashley. And I ran that prompt before. Men don't even want to be needed. They call you needy or a bird. Right? They don't even want to be needed. That's the funny thing. Because when they're needed, they're nowhere to be found. When you do need a man, where is he? Ain't that some shit? It's crazy. What up, Logic?
What's up, man?
Chilling, brother.
Do I can respond to this according to where I once was, big time.
Okay.
There's no responsibility in being needed. There is a responsibility in being wanted.
Oh, okay. Why do you say that?
You got to work to be wanted. I have to continue to uphold responsibilities that makes myself appealing. I don't have to appeal to a need. I have to appeal to one.
Mm-hmm. Facts. Facts. Yep. That's it. That's it right there. Shit. That's it. The work is in the want, right? Like you have to work to make somebody want you. But if you meet a person that because let's think about it financially, because a lot of men, they love to be the providers, quote unquote. So if you meet a person that is financially reliant upon you, then you don't need to, you know what I mean? Like all you have to do is keep that dynamic alive. Like you don't actually have to, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to like do anything. Like as long as that person doesn't make as much money as you, and whatever the case may be, then they'll continue to financially need you in that way. Super easy.
The work does itself.
Yep.
In a need. Like
Mm-hmm.
But I have to continue to appeal to certain things if I want you to continue to want me. I have to continue to be wanted.
Yeah. Want takes upkeep. Need doesn't.
Absolutely, man. But that's all I got. I wanted to respond to that right quick. All right.
All right, man. I appreciate that. That's a word right there. Damn. Yeah, that's it. I mean, you couldn't say it anymore. You couldn't put it any more plainly than that. That was that. I that's what I think about it, but I just like how Logic worded it. It's more simple. And it's, you know what I'm saying? It's easier to digest, but that's exactly what it is. You don't have to do anything to be needed. You just have to exist. And then the other person has to have a deficiency. And now you're needed. Like if the other person, if a person is disabled and they're dependent on you, then you don't have to do anything. They're, as long as they're disabled and as long as you're their person, they're going to need you. They're going to rely on you for certain things. That's just what it is. Right. My wife is shorter than me. She needs me to reach on top of the cabinet sometimes to get stuff for her. You know what I'm saying? Like she could get up there, but it's difficult. Right. But yeah, she needs me in that regard. Like as long as I'm fucking 7 inches, I'm sorry, I'm 10 inches taller than my wife. As long as I'm 10 inches taller than my wife, then that will pretty much that need will always exist. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing I have to do for that need to exist, but outside of be 6 feet tall and she be 5'2". That's it. Right? There you go. Love it. But let's hear what the men's got to say about it. I'm curious. Now, like I said, that's why I said outside of being able to manipulate women, how does being needed benefit men? Because they wouldn't say that. I know the men aren't going to say, oh, well, yeah, I want to be needed so I can manipulate women. They're not going to outright say that. But if you listen to what they say, that's essentially what they're saying, right? They want a woman to be reliant on them. So, and then when you get to the, well, why do you need that? They can't really say the answer, which is like, that way, it's ego driven too, but it's like, that way she won't challenge me as much in theory, right? It's like, why would if she needs me, then I could get away with more shit. If she needs me, I can, remain in this toxic place that I'm in, whatever the case may be, right? If she needs me, that's how that'll go. But if she wants me, then to Logic's point, you're going to have to appeal to that want all the time, right? Forever, for as long as the relationship is alive. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Um, who needs fathers? Are you saying kids need fathers? Are you saying that? Yeah, I don't know. Need? Yeah, to want someone is a choice. I get that. But what is that? What's the relevancy in that door? To want a woman, to want a person, to want a man is a choice. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. They think baby attaches a permanent need, which is why they got me fucked up on that. I need to explain why they are afraid to be wanted. And I don't know if they're afraid so much. I think that they just know what, like, Logic spoke to. They just know that to be wanted, um, you know, it means that you're gonna have to do work. You know what I'm saying? And they're not gonna be able to just, live in uh this like deficiency, right? This deficient state. Yeah. If they're wanted, they have to show up. Exactly. Exactly. Um, their egos like the idea of being needed. Yeah. Their egos like the idea of being needed because the women won't challenge them. That's what I'm saying. Like, in their mind, I'm saying, like, that's the thing, because you can't tell me that being wanted doesn't feed the ego, it doesn't feed the ego as well, right? Being wanted feeds the ego too. I think it feeds it more. But what the ego really wants is to not be challenged. And so they take the better option, and the better option is, if she needs me, she won't challenge me. But if she wants me, she'll challenge me. She'll challenge me to be a person that she continuously wants to be with, no matter what. So yeah, that's what I think it is. Whether, and it doesn't even have to be that they do the math in that way in their mind, because a lot of them don't think that shit through. It's just a feeling that they have. You know what I'm saying? But if you ask them to unpack it, at the end of it, it'll be that. You know what I'm saying? It'll be the, oh shit. Yeah, if she needs me, what is the likelihood that she's gonna, like, what is the likelihood that she's going to ask me to be a better person? You know what I'm saying? What does it mean to challenge? Ask questions. Um, Not accept certain behaviors. So if you aren't showing up for them, if the man isn't, being attentive, she'll she'll be like, hey, here, look here, I need that attention, I need you to focus, I need. And then the women will tell you what they need, and they'll challenge you, and then you, oh, okay, damn, I gotta adjust. I need you to show up more for our kids. I need for you to be on time. I need for you to, yada yada yada. And I'm saying, and the need, and that is the that'll keep me wanting you. You know what I'm saying? If you don't do that, then I won't want you anymore. You know what I'm saying? And if you need me, I know you automatically want me. Everyone wants what they need. Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know. I need vegetables. I like vegetables, so they taste good. But to a lot of people, vegetables are nasty, but we need them. I need fresh fruits. I need fiber. You know, a lot of food that has high fiber, not really food that I like so much, but I still eat it. I don't know. I need wanting something would be just as pathetic. What are you saying, Mello? And make sure you get the lows of the low. Being needed is annoying. Exactly. People who are needed, um, you understand how being needed it's not that fun. I mean, because the thing is that men don't want to be needed by their children. We prove it all the time. We don't want to be needed by our children, even though our kids need us. We don't want to be needed by our children. Every time your kids need you to do something for them, what, Billy? Oh my God, you just ate 4 hours ago. Jesus Christ, you need to eat again. Oh. And if you don't say it, you think it. You still do it. Yeah, but you don't want to do it. Well, a lot of men don't do it though. A lot of men abandon their kids. A lot of men ignore their kids. A lot of men don't show up for their kids. So they don't actually do it. That's the point. Doesn't take away from the need. The child still needs them, but they don't fulfill the need. They don't address the need the majority of a lot of times. I don't think. The kids need you to talk to them. The kids need you to respect them. The kids need a lot of stuff from you as a parent, as a father. And most fathers, I feel, don't meet those needs. Feed them kids chips and soda and put them in front of the TV until mommy get home. Mm-hmm. Yeah, being needed is exhausting. Don't understand why men want to be needed instead of wanted. Yeah. Mommy does the same thing, so this is funny. Here go Mello lying again. Mello love lying. Oh man. Mommies actually address their children's needs, Mello. They mommies don't wait until fathers get home. You know, they don't mommies don't let the kids go hungry until the fathers get home. Mommies don't do that. Mommies feed the kids. Lady Starfish ain't never lied. Y'all just be saying stuff. Oh, so every mother? No. See, here you go saying more dumb stuff. Look at this stupidity. It's just dumb. Like it's not. I don't know what else to call it. Just dumb. It's just dumb. Just a dumb take. If anybody heard me say every, then please, I'll end the live right now. I'll go. I'll take the day off if I said every mom does anything and every father does whatever. I can say most. It's the same difference. Then say most. It's not the same difference to say most. I said mommies don't do this, meaning the majority of mothers, meaning most. That's what I was referring to. I never said all. And it's not the same difference because, yeah, most moms feed their fucking kids. Most moms don't wait till the daddies come home so the kids can eat. Most moms don't do that. Most mothers don't do that. Most mothers address the children's needs all the time. Most fathers don't. Oh, here he goes. Look at this. That's why there are more obese kids today than ever. No, that's from the types of food the kids eat. Why do you think obesity exists in the West? Like and why do you think obesity exists in America specifically at the rate that it does and not in other countries?
This is one area you really don't want to go out there with because I got way more experience when it comes to feeding kids and knowing what to feed them that are healthy, that keeps them in shape.
I get to see, I go to schools, I get to see kids, I talk to parents, I see what they feed their kids because they're busy. And they don't feed their kids the healthiest things. They don't spend the time with their kids like they're supposed to. They do feed their kids BS and sit them in rooms with tablets because they're busy doing other stuff. And that's a lot of parents. A lot.
No, that's not a lot of mothers.
It is.
No.
It's,
hold on, Mello. I think you're
society.
wait. Take it back. Calm down. First and foremost, the reason that kids are so obese in America is not just because they sit in front of iPads, because they sit in front of iPads in Japan too. They sit in front of iPads and technology in China and in UK and all those other places too. That's not unique to America. The reason kids are obese in America specifically, the reason why obesity exists and is rampant in America specifically are the chemicals that are in the foods that we eat. Not because of overeating necessarily, and not because of parents not feeding their kids. It's the shit that is in the food makes us obese. Because if you go to another country, like if you eat chips in America versus chips in the UK, the chips in America are more likely to make you obese than the chips in the UK. You see what I'm saying? If you eat bread in the UK, you're less likely to be obese eating bread in the UK than you are eating bread in America. That's what it is. And you claim to know all of this about the foods, and why the fuck don't you know that? Because that's what it is.
No. It's what you feed your kids, the portion you feeding your kids, and a lot of times it's lack of exercise. Kids don't get outside and exercise and walk and run and ride bikes. Like kids from previous generations.
My son plays all day at school and comes home and goes to soccer practice and plays in soccer, and he's a little overweight, and we let him. Hey, hold on. Listen to what I'm saying. Thousands of kids play soccer. Most kids play sports. But here's what I'm saying. I'm just making the point that my son.
You just said most kids play sports.
Most kids do play sports.
No, they don't, public.
Most kids don't play sports?
No, most kids do not play sports.
Of any kind.
There's thousands of kids in high schools. In one single high school, there's only 60 to 70 kids on a football team.
That's not what oh my God. Do all of those kids go to PE, Mello? Do all of those kids? Yes, they all play a sport, bro. I'm not saying they play on a team. Jesus Christ. What the fuck are you talking about? You just pivoting from point to point to point. You don't even know. You don't have a point.
I have no idea about what goes on. Dude, this is something I've been doing for the last damn near 20 years.
And you still don't know what you're talking about.
No, you don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Kids are more obese than ever because of portion control, because of what parents feed them, and because of lack of adequate exercise. Because stop and go running in PE is not enough exercise to really keep your child healthy.
Why not?
It's not constant. Because it's not constant.
It's
not consistent.
How much should a kid exercise in a day on average?
Constant exercise, at least a half an hour. Where it's constant movement, where it's nonstop.
Yeah. So I think most kids, I think most young kids get 30 minutes of exercise a day minimum. So that's not the problem. The problem is they do. Okay. What are they doing? There is no stat. I guarantee you, kids are getting fucking 30 minutes of exercise a day on average. I guarantee you that.
Constant moving, not stopping.
Who the constant move? What do you mean? Playing? You mean like at lunchtime? You mean like at PE? You mean like at after school? You mean when they're running around chasing each other all day and when they get like, what are you talking about? Running on a treadmill for 30 minutes? What are you, sir? Hold on, time out. Hold on, Mello. The kids, when I was growing up, we sat down. The kids of my generation played a lot of video games. The kids of my generation were in the house a lot, even though I'm sorry, we didn't do constant exercise. And when I say we, I'm saying not me, because I constantly did run because I played hella sports. But to your point, not every child is on a team, right? Not every child is signed up for extracurricular sports. I get that. I'm saying But in my neighborhood, we played nonstop. We played chase, we played tag. The girls was jump roping. They was playing handball. They was like we were running around all day long. Like all day long. Like, I don't know. You mean 30 minutes? It don't fucking matter. How does that, how is that the case? How does that, hold on, Mello. How is that the case? When you get on your, everybody has those step trackers. Why? They don't say get 10,000 consecutive steps in. It just tracks your steps because steps are steps. Am I wrong here? Are steps not, are they just tracked, or do they only count the steps when you run on a treadmill or when you jog around the block? They count all the steps. Same thing with kids. When they exert energy, they count all, the body doesn't know. The body is just like, yeah, okay, you use energy here, you use energy there, you use energy there. It's the same shit. Talking about fucking 30 minutes of how many kids, even in our generation, during PE got 30 minutes of straight fucking exercise? But we weren't as obese.
PE public,
that's where most kids were exercising, brother.
Most kids I know rode bikes for a long time. Rode bikes, roller skated. They actually went outside and did activities, played kickball, played baseball, played football, played basketball. They actually went out there and exercised. That doesn't happen a lot nowadays, pub.
No.
Face it.
No.
Kids are different nowadays. Parents don't even let their kids walk to school now. We walk to school.
I still think, and I still contend, I'm telling you that I still contend that kids are getting 30 minutes of activity a day. I know my son is. Even my older son, who has autism, and you can't make him work out for shit. That motherfucker, he runs all day long. He literally runs up and down my hallway all day. He takes probably 50,000 steps a day. It's 50,000 steps. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, he never sits down. You know what I'm saying? He's on his feet from the moment he wakes up to the moment he lays his head on the ground. He's pacing back and forth, right? Like, that's his thing. But he's overweight. And it's because of the types of food that he eats. I know that. I know it's because he eats processed food, and in the processed foods, there is a bunch of fucking chemicals, and that's what it is, coupled with his genetics. That's what it is. I don't give a fuck if he ate exactly the same, but I fucking made him go work out 30 minutes a day. I'm not saying it wouldn't change at all. It wouldn't change that much. It wouldn't change that much. Like, it wouldn't be that much of a difference. He would still need to lose weight. He would still need to drastically reduce the amount of the amount of chemical that he's intaking in these processed foods. And that is what's happening in America. And that is what's happening in other places where obesity is an issue. And you can look it up in Australia with the Aborigines. The Aborigines, they put a McDonald's, right? They gave the Aborigines people access to a McDonald's, and they're within like 10 years, their health was fucking like in the shit. Like, diabetes went up 40%, obesity went up 60%. Like that's what happens when you have access to shitty food. If all your food is shitty, that's what happens. I don't give a fuck how much you run. I don't care how much you run. You think wealthy kids run around more than poor kids? No, but I guarantee you, if you looked up obesity, there is a direct link between obesity and poor and poverty.
It's obesity and poor diet. It really doesn't.
And who has the poorest diet?
Public people who decide.
Poor people. Stop, Mello. Stop.
No,
Poor people have the poorest diets.
No, poor people get EBTs. Poor people.
So, and what can you buy? Have you ever had an EBT card? Have you ever had an EBT card?
No.
Okay. Do you know what they can buy on EBT? Do you know what stores? Hold on. Do you know what stores they shop at? When I see people going to the store and they have their EBT cards, the shit that they're buying, because they have to stretch it, right? They can't really buy a bunch of fresh produce. They can't, like, I'm just being honest. They cannot buy fucking fresh broccoli and fresh asparagus. Like they can't buy that shit. They don't. It doesn't stretch long enough. So you know what they end up buying? Fucking chimichangas, frozen taquitos, hot pockets, cereal. They buy that shit. They buy the shit that fucking stretches out, bro. That's what they're doing. So they got to buy a bunch of processed food. That's what happens. So you don't know shit about.
Thank you for saying this, because now I'm gonna prove your ass wrong. No, you don't. You don't have to go buy all that processed crap. If people knew how to shop, you will get away from all that processed crap. Remember, I told you, public, for all this you're telling me, I've been there, done that.
You just said you haven't. Stop lying. You just said you've never had an EBT card. So you've never been there. The fuck are you talking about? I've been there. I know what it's like to go shopping on with a limited amount of money on it with a card. I know what it's like. Oh, I'm sorry, not with a card on food stamps.
I'm talking about buying in bulk. Also knowing how to
Mellow, be quiet. You don't know what you're talking about. They can't. Where do all of these fucking, you don't know that these people don't have access to go to fucking Sam's Club and shit?
Every hood store has
Nigga, you ain't been to the hood in 40 years. Be quiet. What you talking about?
What are you talking about? I just moved out of the hood a few years ago. My son now went to public school, went to a hood public school because they were going to close the school.
Then you lying then, because every hood store don't what?
Too many people were busting their kids out.
Every hood store got what, Mello? What does every hood store got?
Carnicerias where you can go in there and actually buy a meat package where you can get so many pounds of ground beef, so many pounds of this, so many pounds of that. Instead of most people going somewhere, most people shop by meals, bro.
Hey, this motherfucker just be lying, man. This shit is crazy. What are you talking about? That is not how it works, man.
They have a go to your hood grocery store.
I live, bro. I know, sir. I'm trying to tell you. I know. Hey, man. Hold on, man. Hold on. Let me tell you something. I gotta tell you something. Right now. When it comes to hood politics, I will say this proudly. I am a governor, nigga. I am a senator of hood politics, bro. I know the hood, my nigga. You can't tell me shit about the hood, my nigga. I promise you that. Like, being far removed from the hood financially, right, for whatever, I've never lost touch of the hood. Like, I've never forgot what it means to be in it. I know exactly what it is, bro. You're not, the shit you're saying is just not true. It's just not true. I know what it is. You're talking about buying meats in bulk. Okay, cool. Go buy your meats in bulk. You still on a day. First of all, meats ain't the healthiest part of the meal anyway. But anyways, the meats will make you obese too. The meats will give you high cholesterol. But anyways, like I said, those people who live in the hood, like when I grew up in the hood, we didn't have access. There was 2 grocery stores when I was growing up. There was a store called Villa. There was a store called Alpha Beta. If you guys are old enough to remember Alpha Beta, right? Alpha Beta and Villa. Villa was in walking distance. Both of them were technically in walking distance, but Villa was in at the end. It was a quarter, a half a mile away from my house, right, from my doorstep. Cool. So you can go to Villa. Villa did not have everything you needed in there. They had a small produce section. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like shopping at at a bigger bodega, I would say, right? With a produce. It was like a bodega with a produce section. That's pretty much what it was. So you go in there, whatever, you buy your shit. When we went to the real store, we went to Alpha Beta. Alpha Beta was more of a conventional grocery store. What I'm trying to tell you is, though, my mom growing up, we couldn't afford to have salads and shit in our house all day long. Like, that was expensive. That would have been expensive. So instead, we ate veg all from the can, and we ate canned corn and canned peas and canned spinach, and you know what I'm saying, and frozen spinach, which was the most disgusting. I've said this before, and I'll say this again, sir. I didn't know that I didn't know what fresh spinach looked like. I didn't even, and it's gonna make people laugh at me, and I'm not joking. until I was about 18, 19 years old, I didn't know that spinach came fresh. I didn't know it. I never saw it. I didn't know it was like a leafy. I didn't understand it. I thought it only came like how it came. Like I thought that like that was spinach. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. So when I got older, I got around I got around some non-black people, sadly, you know, keep it a bean. I went over their house and they was cooking spinach. And I was like, what are you guys? I was like, why are you guys cooking salad? Like white people are fucking crazy. That's what I thought. And the mom laughed and she was like, no, this is spinach. And I was like, what? Ugh. So then my next thing out of my mouth was like, ew, gross, because spinach is nasty, because fucking frozen spinach and canned spinach is disgusting. Fast forward, that woman, all she did was cook that spinach in some olive oil with some sprinkling of salt, pepper, and garlic powder. That's all she had to do. I took a bite of that shit. I was like, oh my God, this is the best. Like I had no, so that was 18, 19 years of my life that I had never had fresh spinach. I never had it. I didn't know what the fuck it looked like. They never sold it at my grocery store. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Wait a minute, public. So let me ask you this here, because this is what it sounds like to me, and this still holds true to this day. Most functions you go to, almost every function, when they buy a whole bunch of different foods, when they buy, just say they buy chicken wings, they buy fries, they buy pizza, they buy a whole bunch of stuff. What's the last thing that normally gets eaten that's left over? It's normally the salad. It's normally the veggie platter. It's normally that. You see, to me, it just sounds like a lot of us that were raised in certain areas, that part of the diet was never incorporated into our ancestors' style of cooking. So therefore, you didn't grow up exposed. See, there were certain people that grew stuff on farms that already knew about fresh veggies and lettuce, and like especially a lot of our parents that came from the South. But see, certain parents that came from other areas were only exposed to the poor part of stuff, which is only, you know, whatever they were exposed to, whether it was the chitlins, the hog maws, just the
oh my God, Mello. Poor white people eat bad too. Just stop, bro. It ain't about being black or white. It's about being broke. The fuck are you talking about?
It's about not knowing.
Poor white people, poor black people. Also, you're right. And what else do poor and wait. So it's about having a lack of education. What else do poor people don't have access to?
I mean, nowadays nothing else.
Nigga, amen. Come on, dog. You got what is that bro, you gotta stop shaming. You gotta stop trying to shame black people. You sounding real coonerific right now. You trying to.
I never said race.
You did. You just talked about slaves, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? You did.
I just said people.
Nigga, stop lying. You just said slaves. You didn't say people. You said slaves. You literally said slaves, bro. Who else were slaves in this country?
Everybody were not exposed to vegetables, fresh vegetables, and all of that. Not everybody had the same exposure.
This nigga just be lying for the sake of lying, bro.
So everybody was exposed to fresh vegetables.
That's not what I said. I'm not even talking about that. Don't try to pivot. Don't try to gaslight me. I didn't say that. Sir, hold on. I'm gonna get back to the point. Wait. I gotta get back to the point. We so far off topic, but this shit is so annoying. The shit you be saying is so anti-black and such a flagrant lie that it's crazy.
You can't tell me one thing I've sat here and lied about.
You just said black people. You just made it. Black people just don't know how to eat right.
There are a certain segment of people.
Have you ever heard food desert? Have you ever heard of a food desert?
Not in the U.S., no.
You just need to drop. No need for you to be having this conversation.
Drop the he called me a liar.
I'm the president of hood shit. And for you to sit up here and talk about everybody has meat bundles in their stores, no, they
Absolutely the fuck not, Dab.
Dab, I didn't say every store. I said there's a hood store.
You said every hood store got meat bundles, nigga. That's what you said, Mello. Don't start lying now.
So let me further say, then you just said you don't even know what a food desert is. How are you speaking on what black people eat in the hood if you don't even know what the hell a food desert is?
He just said he was in the hood this whole time.
He called something else.
Mello, you was, hey, Mello, if you was in the hood, you was the Stanley of the hood. You were telling black kids to get off your lawn. Thank you kindly. When they were stepping on your line, you would tell them to walk around the lawn. Watch the grass. You was doing that type of shit, huh? You wasn't in the hood. Nigga. What hood was you in?
Okay.
What hood was you in?
Okay.
What hood was you in, Mello?
Okay. Right now,
For you not to know what a food desert is, like that's wild.
Google Skyline.
Oh, I know Skyline in San Diego. That's what the blood. Yeah, Skyline blood. Skyline Pyru. Yeah, I got homies. I got homies from Skyline Pyru.
My son went to Morris High School.
Yep.
That's Pyru Central.
Yep. I got homies from Skyline Pyru. They're good people.
So I live in the hood.
But Mello, how don't you know what a food desert is?
Because he lying. He know what it is. He said he ain't never heard of it in America. Then where have you heard of it at then?
Well, no, I'm saying I've never heard the term food desert used. So maybe I might call it something else, or maybe I might heard it used as something else. But I've never heard somebody say, hey, there's a food desert.
Sir, have you said that, you said you do something with the kids in the school that got to do with food? What do you do with kids that got to do with food?
I'm saying I've been exposed. I worked in the school. I see how the whole school menu changed. First of all, to where now it's a new healthy school menu where half them kids don't want to eat that crap because their parents won't even serve it to them at home because it's super healthy now.
Because they don't have it at home because they live in food deserts. A food desert is basically, for example, say you live on 18th Street,
help
right?
us.
And then the next grocery store is not until you get to 70 something, and you don't have public transportation that will even get you there. Those are what called food deserts. Food deserts are also stores that are high price that the people in those very neighborhoods can't even afford, or they don't carry certain foods. For example, like you just said,
Spinach,
good fruit, good produce.
hey, they had apples.
Or they don't have good. They don't have.
Hey, they used to have apples, bananas. They used to have apples, bananas, grapes. Some leafy greens like cabbage used to be there. Some leafy greens, but my mama couldn't buy that shit. My mama couldn't buy that shit because it would go back. She know it would go. We would eat for a bundle of spinach. You eat it, it's gone. You know what I'm saying? Like you eat spinach, that shit gone in a day. You can get it, but you can get 5 cans of spinach for the same price that you can get 2 bundles of spinach. You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy.
And like somebody just said in the comments, even in my city, like all these used to be all throughout the hood, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, like you have to go miles before you can find the Aldis. They're not in the hood anymore.
Mm-hmm.
There
Yeah.
might be one.
Yeah, oh, I can see that. 100%. Yeah, we was kind of fortunate because we had like I said, we had 2 stores within a.
The place where you can find those decent food.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Mo.
And even in that, let us also acknowledge that the differences in these stores is so egregious that it came to a point that the answers between these children on standardized tests had to be acknowledged to be different. That when they would ask these children what color is a banana, right? That kids in different neighborhoods would answer differently. Black kids would say brown because they never saw
A yellow banana.
That was properly right. So listen, and listen, people be talking about I'm elitist in classes. Shit, y'all better walk that back.
Mm-hmm.
Cause this right here.
Oh, that's
right here.
Everything he's saying is elitist. Everything he's talking about is wildly anti-black and elitist. Like, what the fuck are we talking?
Also, the other thing. So he's talking about, you know, why don't kids walk to school and all the rest of it. Men. Okay, all the answers to all of that shit. Men can't walk to school no more because men either scared to let them walk to school by themselves because of men, or bus routes got shortened and taken away because of men. Why aren't they eating right and everything's in school? Because men voted to take away programs, school lunches, and all the rest of that shit.
Well, in my state, everybody gets lunch for free. Well, they get breakfast and lunch for free.
It's very inconsistent.
Yeah.
Okay. Also inconsistent is EBT funding itself.
Yep.
So I'm in Texas, okay, and good old Ironsides Abbott, okay. They decided to roll back things so egregiously. So my mother's partner, okay, she's elderly. So hey, you get it, right? She used to get $150. They pulled her back to $32 a month.
Damn.
Now what?
Who the fuck can live on $32 a month?
Listen, how much fresh produce is she supposed to go hustle and get? You know, how much spinach on 150 versus $32 is useful? Oh no, they took it down to 25, but they just bumped it up to 32. I forgot to mention that. Nice. Right. So I guess that's the spinach allowance.
And you can't, hey, and let's add to that, you can't buy nothing organic. Organic out the window. Now, non-organic is better than nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, but like, I'm just saying, so you can't buy organic. You buy it, and if you can afford any produce, is limited as fuck. Like super limited. You gotta really make like decisions. Like, okay, what, you know what I mean? Like, what am I gonna get? What lasts? Let me get apples, because apples could last like damn near 2 weeks on your countertop. You know what I'm saying? Apples is fucking impervious fruits. Like, I love them. But yeah. So let me get some apples, some bananas, and maybe some, you know, you can get some frozen vegetables too. Frozen vegetables is better than none too.
But the fresh vegetables don't last as long as they used to.
Right. That's the other thing I was gonna get to is produce.
My son, when he cooks, he cooks fresh onions and all that, and within a week, the onions was going bad. I said, I ain't never seen an onion go bad this fast.
Yeah, onions usually take like a month. Go ahead, Mom.
Yeah, right. Produce in stores, is drastically jacked up. So I actually only go to farmers markets now, and I've actually switched up where I buy all of my stuff because the engineering in food in major lines is also jacked up. So all of this shit that Mello is talking, you're blaming the people who are the victims of the system, and that shit just don't make fucking sense.
Talking about they just don't know no better. Like, why don't they know no better? If a whole group of people don't know better, why do you think they don't know? You don't think that's systemic?
Right. Like, you don't think that's suspicious? Like, you don't think that's suspicious? Like, a whole collection of people just decided we just gonna be fat and unhealthy and all of this shit, and we gonna stay here because we like it.
Talk about the kids don't do 30 minutes of working out. That's why they fat. No, nigga. No. It's the shit that's in the food, man.
See, there you go. Stop taking one thing I said. Kids eat unhealthy, plus they don't exercise.
I know what you said, Mello.
Okay, yeah. So don't pick it out. Just like I said, it's due to poor diet, and it's also due to lack of exercise. That's why kids are so obese.
So listen, do y'all? Again, I said I'm the president.
Poor
During
diet,
COVID,
lack of exercise.
Hold on. Do y'all remember the food that they were saying that these kids could go to these community services and get? Right.
I don't remember.
COVID.
I remember my son. They used to give us like big ass bags of food, like the lunch food. They would just give us like a bag of food.
Yeah. So during COVID, and I was living in Memphis at this time, the food that they were giving these kids, I was like, I wouldn't even eat this shit. Like, it was some chicken in there that was supposed to be cooked and frozen, but it was white as hell. It looked uncooked. And I'm like, y'all think these kids is gonna eat this? I wouldn't even eat this. So the food that they serve in schools ain't no better than the food that you talking about they eating at home. It's no better, even with the quote unquote healthy eating.
Yep.
And the schools are even running out of food to feed these kids.
I'm thinking
during COVID here in Texas, that food give out was worse. It was supposed to be ham and cheese sandwiches with like an orange juice and a milk and a fruit. Some of the bread was moldy. The ham and the cheese had gone bad. The fruit was either mushy or some of it was bad. Some of the milk had turned like it was just a whole mess. Now, obviously, I don't have no kid to be eating that. Okay, so I'm working with resources to like help people out. So I ain't saying I'm taking any of it, but you know, I'll be trying to help people and whatnot. So the notion that you just work out more. My son is a whole male USPS mail carrier. Okay, he walks. He could be a whole civil rights worker. Okay, as much as he walks, he's fat.
He move around all day long, and he got some extra weight on him. That's what I'm trying to tell these people. Like, y'all need to really wake the fuck up if you think that it's just like we're just lazy, nigga. Who told you? I'm not saying that they ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm just saying if you had to rank the issues, it's like the shit that's in the food, exercise, sedentary lifestyle type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the shit that's in the food is way the fuck up here. The shit that's in the food, genetics, sedentary lifestyle is somewhere around here. Because I know for a fact, if everybody in America stop eating processed foods tomorrow and just ate whole foods, that the vast majority of Americans would, you know, fall within some kind of like healthy range of weight, I would assume, right? The vast majority, right? But the problem is that not enough of our foods are good enough, and most people can't afford. Hey man, hey, I'm talking $2,000 a month on food for my family. Easy, 2 G's a month. Easy.
Public, let me tell you. So I switched to non-processed, making all of my stuff. I bake my own bread, brother.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even buy bread in the store. I'm Nara Smith over here,
mm-hmm.
but I work from home. It takes so much freaking time for me to do that.
It takes too much time. Who has that time?
I make my own pickles. Who making their own pickles, man?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, because I work from home, it's a more sedentary lifestyle. And yes, I maintain my weight very easily because of that shift. But my food budget is double.
Easily. Yeah, easy.
So I'm validating everything that you just said in case Mello wanted to come off mute and say some stupid shit.
Mm-hmm. We know that.
I got you. I'm gonna come back.
Go ahead, Cloud.
I'm going to piggyback off what you said, my man. Imagine working a 10-hour shift, getting off of work at 6 o'clock, having to go home, and it takes you about 30, 40 minutes to beat traffic, and then eat, and then go to bed to get up and do it again.
Your only shot.
People don't have time.
The only shot of eating good when you like not is throw that chicken in the crock pot. I don't know what's going on. I think my Wi-Fi glitched. Yeah.